Let's Talk Trash, produced by the Young Producers Network at Thurston Community Media. I'm your host, Luna Moon. On this episode, we'll focus on food rescue. Later on in the show, we'll be interviewing some people about how they rescue food and what that even means. But first, what is food waste, and why should we care? Let's go on the streets and find out how much the average person in Thurston County knows about food waste.
Do you think food waste is a problem?
Yes, I think food waste is a problem.
I think so. I think there's a lot of food that gets thrown away that could be used.
So what's your guys' favorite food?
Chicken.
Chicken?
Eggs.
What do you do with extra food you have?
I throw it away too. I don't have any pets, otherwise I'd feed it to the pets.
Me? I tend to not have excess food.
If I can, I share it. I try to make anything that would have extra sauce or anything like that go into the next day's dinner.
Old food, we feed it to our pigs.
Try to feed people who look like they haven't had a good meal in a while.
Do you know how much money people waste on food a month here in America?
I bet a lot.
No, I don't know.
Man, I have no idea.
Like one person, I'd say 25?
Maybe an average of $30 a month.
I'm stumped, you got me.
Would you like to know the real answer?
I would love to know the answer.
The fact is, the average American wastes between $130 to $230 every month on food that they just throw away. Oops. What do you think about that?
Oh my gosh.
That's a lot.
Wow, that's a lot.
Whoa, that's a lot of money.
I believe it.
That's a lot, especially when you're working for it.
How many Americans do you think do not have enough to eat?
I think it's probably at least 40%.
How many? Oh man.
How many Americans? More than I can count, probably 100,000.
There's probably quite a few people out there. I know some people that are having hard times getting jobs and stuff.
6?
Probably a huge number.
I think that a majority of Americans don't have access to healthy food.
Here in America, I'd say at least half.
In America, over 50 million people don't have enough food to eat.
Wow. Is that about half?
I don't know how many people there are in America.
Me neither.
There are actually about 318 million people in America, so that means that about every 1 in 6 people in America are hungry. And 1 in every 5 children are also hungry.
That's a ton.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
Pretty crazy.
That is crazy.
That's a lot.
I think it's tragic, and I think our country needs to do something to change that.
If people didn't waste food, then there'd be more food to go around.
You learn something new every day.
Thank you for letting us ask you these questions.
You're welcome. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, have a nice day. Welcome to What About That Food, the game show where you test your knowledge of food. Question 1. Sort these foods by how much water it takes to produce them. A cup of tea, an almond, corn on the cob, and beef. Yes, contestant B.
Tea as the most and an almond as the least, maybe?
No! Contestant B.
I think corn on the cob has the most and beef has the least.
No, you are both wrong. It is actually beef, almond, corn on the cob, and cup of tea. That is the order of how much water they use. Now, question 2. What is the best thing to do with extra leftover food? Is it to throw it away, compost it, or to use it to make another meal?
Throw it away.
No, it is not. Contestant B.
Composted with a magical pony.
No, that is also incorrect. Composting is great, but is still not as good as using it to make another meal. Now, question 3, the final and last one. Hope you guys get this right. There's a lot of garbage in our landfills. What category makes up the largest percentage of stuff in our landfills? Is it electronics, plastics, food, or clothing? Contestant B.
Plastics.
That is incorrect. Contestant A.
A, electronics.
No, it is actually food. In Thurston County and nationwide, food waste is the largest component of our landfills. Thank you for watching. Tune in next week when we have 2 new contestants with more food-themed questions.
I now call the Waste Less Food Club to order. For those that missed the last meeting, read the minutes. Today, we welcome new members to the club and witness them taking the pledge to change their behavior to waste less and save the food. Please state your name and your pledge clearly.
I pledge to waste less food by planning my meals in advance and using leftovers to create more meals.
I pledge to waste less food by buying what I need and eating what I buy.
I pledge to waste less food by prepping and by storing my food properly.
I pledge to waste less food by taking smaller portions and going back for seconds if I am still hungry.
I pledge to waste less food by actively volunteering with the Thurston Food Rescue and by encouraging businesses to donate.
I pledge to waste less food by using a list when I go shopping. Thank you all for taking the pledge to waste less food. That was easy. Please invite all your family, friends, and neighbors to join us in taking the pledge to waste less food. That concludes today's business.
We've been talking about things that individuals can do to waste less food, but a large amount of food is wasted before it even gets to you.
From farmers that can't sell their produce because it doesn't look perfect, to grocery stores that have items that have expired, or even restaurants who can't sell all the food they cooked in a day. The solution to problems like this is called food rescue.
Now, we're going to follow the food and find out where it goes to waste and how people are rescuing it.
First, let's learn about farms and how they keep good food from going in the garbage.
Hi, I'm Luna Mooney here at the Farmers Market in front of the Calliope Farm stand, and I'm here to ask Brian a few questions. Hi, Brian.
Hello.
What kind of produce do you guys grow?
We are what's generally called a mixed vegetable farm. So we grow a wide variety of multi-seasonal crops. Everything from cucumbers to kale to onions, and then we do extended winter stuff like squash, potatoes, greens, lettuce, kale, basically any vegetable.
So what do you guys do with this extra food that you don't sell at the farmers market?
Well, there's two organizations that are in place to take on this food. This is the food bank, the Olympia Food Bank, which is really awesome. They're really like one of the best food banks that I've seen around. The food bank comes to the farm with a van and loads up all of the food that we've set aside for them that basically we can't sell anymore. And then there's a second organization I'm a part of, Olympia Food Not Bombs, where the food bank comes and takes food and distributes it kind of uncooked. Olympia Food Not Bombs kind of recognizes that maybe people don't have a kitchen to cook this food in. So we'll go and take this food, cook it, and then serve it out in the public.
So I heard that you guys sell your produce to Old School Pizzeria. Could I hear more about that?
Another way that local small-scale farms are able to get rid of their produce is selling it what's called wholesale to local producers. So this includes restaurants, this includes a local food co-op, and then a couple of other farm stands around town. So yeah, they'll put in orders, and then we'll pick them out of the field, and then we'll deliver those. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Have a nice day.
The next place food goes is to a restaurant. People cook it and people eat it.
But sometimes food doesn't get eaten. We're going to follow the food to a restaurant in downtown Olympia that has put a lot of effort into making sure food does not go to waste.
Let's find out how they do it.
Here we are at Old School Pizzeria. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go. I'm hungry. So I'm Griffin, and we're here at Old School Pizza, and I'm interviewing
David Hokia.
This is a pretty cool place. What is your position here?
Well, today I'm doing the swing position, where I basically give everyone breaks and keep the pizzeria clean and do all the dishes.
Wow. So it looks like a lot of people come here. What's your most popular pizza?
Cheese.
Cheese pizza.
Cheese.
Sounds pretty good. And how many people do you think you serve a day?
Honestly, I have no idea, but hundreds.
This is a very popular place. I've heard of it before. And, well, talking about the subject, food waste, how do you feel when pizza that you guys make is thrown out in the garbage?
Well, sometimes it's inevitable because, mistakes are made when you're serving hundreds of people a day, and so sometimes you burn a slice and you have to throw it away. But honestly, we don't throw away very much food here. All of our leftover slices, of which there are very few, we give to the Thurston County Food Bank.
So I heard that you guys take the pizza from the end of the day, and in the morning you guys give it to places that need food.
Yeah, we usually, the food bank,
food
will
bank.
come and pick it up in the mornings, and we put them in these bins that the food bank brings, and then they usually come and pick them up the next day.
Could we see where you store that food?
Yeah. So here's our day old, or anything that doesn't get eaten. Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think that we waste very much food at all.
Yeah, we try not to have too much waste here. Most of our garbage and stuff is compostable, better for the environment because a lot of it's going to compost instead of the landfill.
So is this your world famous compost bin I've been hearing about?
I wouldn't say world famous, but this is our compost bin, and this is where we take out the majority of our waste from the pizzeria. You'll see this is the biggest thing that we have for throwing anything away, and it all goes to composting. We use all compostable paper bags, paper plates, and disposable silverware, although we use very little of that, as well as our soda cups. Everything else that we have in the pizzeria is reusable. You guys want to see what's inside?
Yes, please.
It's all compostable, including the can liners. This is our cardboard recycling, which is the second largest form of waste that we have, but also all recyclable. This is our regular recycling. We have glass recycling. Very impressively, this is all of the non-compostable garbage that we produce in a week. It's 2 cans that would be used by maybe just 2 households. Pretty cool for a large business that feeds hundreds of people a day, thousands of people a week. This is all the garbage that we produce in 1 week.
That is awesome.
Thank you.
Food rescue means taking food that would otherwise go to waste and getting it to the people who need it.
Next, we're going to follow some food that has already been rescued. Let's find out what happens to that food.
We're here at the Salvation Army, and we're going to head into the community kitchen to interview some volunteers.
Yeah, let's go! Woo! Hi, I'm Luna Mooney. I'm here at the community kitchen at the Salvation Army, and I'm here with Turtle, and I'm going to ask her a few questions. Hi, Turtle.
Hi, how are you?
So approximately how many people do you serve here daily at the Salvation Army kitchen?
That actually varies between the beginning of the month and the end of the month. At the beginning of the month, we could have up to 80 people for lunch and or dinner, and towards the end of the month, we can have over 200.
What is the most popular dish here at the community kitchen?
I would say on an average, people love spaghetti and meatballs, which that's what we're making tonight, and tacos.
And approximately how many different meals do you guys have here?
Well, we have 300 volunteers, and each meal is ran by a different organization, and so they each decide what meal they want to make week to week.
How do you feel when you give these people the rescued food?
Well, actually, I feel really good about it. We're creating less waste in the environment, and it's also providing a meal for here.
Who are the people who give you this rescued food?
Different programs in the community. For instance, I do some pickups with St. Martin's College. We get stuff from Fred Meyer's, Safeway, John's Bakery, a lot of local businesses.
Well, my name is Griffin. I was wondering if you could show us around the kitchen.
Sure, no problem. And right here, this is our cooler. Come in here. This is where we keep all of our food cold. And we've also recently just got our refrigerator expanded from right here back, which is really good for all of the food that we're intaking to save from filling the landfills. This used to be a short room, actually. Right over here was where the wall was. And right through that piece of framing right there was where the entrance to the other room was. So now all that whole wall got knocked out. There was a closet here, and now this is going to be all shelving. So we're going to have so much more space for everything.
That's really great. How long has this construction been going?
For about, I would say, a month and a half so far.
And is it going to be a big, jump in how much you can store?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Hey, what's the best part about saving food?
It's easy!
It's hard to stop wasting food. It's so overwhelming. I like to buy everything I see, even if I don't eat it. If we use up all our resources on wasted food, we're all gonna die. Our species is going to disappear.
Do not be sad. I don't want to squash your fun, but you better be positive. You're milking it for all it's worth. I relish that you care about wasting less food. You don't have to eat less food, but let us buy what we need and eat what we buy. It's easy.
Hot dog.
Aren't you glad it's easy to waste less food? You can save a lot of dough when you save your bread. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Trash. We hope you learned about what you and your community can do to help keep good food out of the garbage. See you next time, and remember, it's easy to waste less food.